Hi guys, welcome to the What If League, and today's experiment will be what is going to happen if we transfer Gareth Bale from Real Madrid to Manchester United for the sum of £79 million, which is a sum that is very regularly quoted by the media. These days, Gareth Bale to Manchester United is one of the rumors circulating the press. As you can see, I have already prepared this simulation on Football Manager 2018, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to fast forward until the end of season 2017-18 to see how Bale impacted United season. Afterwards, we're also going to look 3 more years into the future and see what happens then. So I'll be right back with you in the end of 2018. So here we are, it's the 2nd of June, a few days after the final Champions League game, and we see that the Premier League was won by Manchester City, which is not a big surprise considering what huge lead they had mid-season. Manchester United did not manage to finish second, they are third, 5 points behind Chelsea, and only 3 points above Tottenham, who make up the top four. Let's also have a quick look at Manchester United's screen. We can see that their key player is David De Gea, which means that Bale has not yet made a huge impact. If we go to the tactics screen, we find Gareth Bale at the left wing, as expected, Mata in the center, the number 10 role, Mkhitaryan on the right with Lukaku up front. This probably means that Anthony Martial and Marcus Rashford did not get a lot of playtime, but let's have a look at Gareth Bale and how did he perform this season. We can see that he played in 7 Premier League games only, scoring 3 goals with an average rating of 7.14, which is not too bad, but still not really impressive. He also played 3 cup games. He is cup tied for the Champions League. That's why there is no continental ups here. I guess he had an injury because 10 games for half a season is just too few. Probably there was something that impacted his performance. We are going to see 3 more years into the future and how things evolve. But let's just have a look how did Manchester United perform in the Champions League. They were knocked out in the Champions Cup first knockout round by Atletico Madrid. So this is where the story ended for them in the Champions League. They did, however, win the FA Cup. You see in the final they defeated Chelsea 1-0 with a Paul Pogba goal in the 49th minute. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fast forward 3 more seasons into the future and then we're going to check how Bale performed. Here we are, it's the year 2021 and the last time we left off Manchester City were champions with Manchester United finishing third, even with Gareth Bale in their team. Now let's see how did they perform in the second season. Tottenham were crowned champions, so this is very surprising indeed. Tottenham 3 points above Manchester United finishing second, City dropping to third and Chelsea finishing off the top four. Let's see in the third year what happened. Manchester City are champions again, 91 points on top. Tottenham second, Manchester United third and Arsenal finishing the top four. And in the last season so far, Manchester City are champions once again, so this is 3 out of 4 for them. Tottenham finishing second again and Manchester United fourth, which means that Gareth Bale did not get a Premier League title in his first 4 seasons at Manchester United. Let's have a look at how did he perform. We see that key player for Manchester United at the moment at 2021 is Federico Bernardeschi, who is a new transfer. Let's have a look at their transfers first. So if we go into the very beginning, Gareth Bale was the first transfer. Next season, Stefan De Vrij, Juan Bernat and Federico Bernardeschi have been bought. Juan Mata went away to Madrid on a free transfer. David De Gea joined Paris Saint-Germain for £61 million. Matteo Darmian was sold to German team Red Bull Leipzig for £7 million, and James Wilson joined Crystal Palace for a small fee. In the third season, there were a lot of transfers. Matthew Ryan, the goalkeeper from New Zealand, was brought for $9 million. Sorry, from Australia, of course. Apologies for £9 million, along with several other players. Most notably, Ryan Shawcross was brought back to Old Trafford from Wolves, so he went from Stoke to Wolves and then to Manchester United. On the other side, we can see on the outgoing transfers that Anthony Martial has left Old Trafford to Paris Saint-Germain for £100 million, and Paul Pogba also joined Real Madrid for £83 million. Phil Jones went to Arsenal, and Sergio Romero, Cameron Broderick-Jackson were also sold off. Then in the last season here, let's see what happened. Begovic, Semedo and Strinic were bought by Jose Mourinho. Stefan de Vrij was sold out, Matthew Ryan was sold out, and Ryan Shawcross joined Arsenal for £10.5 million. Ryan Shawcross is becoming a real journeyman here. Now let's have a quick look at how Gareth Bale performed. So he's now 31 years old, his stats are still very high, and we can see the average rating for him in the last 3 seasons is good, not too good of course, but still above 7, which is always good. His second season was his best, 7.35 with 13 goals and 5 assists. After that, he began to decline, which is probably coming with age, and I would imagine he had a lot of injuries. Let's also have a quick look at how did Manchester United performed in the European competitions. First, let's have a look at the Europa League, where we see that in the first season, Milan defeated Chelsea in the final after extra time 2-1, and they also defeated Arsenal in the semi-finals, Dynamo Kiev in the quarters, and the French Olympique Lyon in the second knockout round. In the next year, Inter Milan, so their city neighbors, won the Europa League after defeating Borussia Mönchengladbach in the final. Inter Milan also beat Galatasaray, Arsenal, and Red Bull Salzburg on their way to the final. Season number 3 in the Europa League, Manchester United are here. They probably dropped off the Champions League groups after they were unable to qualify, but they won the Europa League 2-1 after extra time against Napoli. They also defeated the Italian Lazio in the semis, the Spanish Valencia, and the Portuguese Porto after on away goals in the second knockout round. So Gareth Bale definitely did not bring a lot of success there. In the final season, we can see that Manchester United are nowhere to be found in this tree, so they're probably in the Champions League. But Liverpool won the Europa League 1-0 in the final against Roma. They also defeated Feyenoord in the semis, Villarreal in the quarters, and Milan in the second knockout round. Moving one step up to the Champions League, this is the first season where Manchester United were defeated in the first knockout round by Atletico Madrid, as we noted before. Atletico Madrid eventually became Champions League champions after defeating Paris Saint-Germain in the final 2-1. They also beat Barcelona in the semis and Borussia Dortmund 6-2 on aggregate in the quarterfinal. The second season brought the title again to Atletico Madrid. They defeated Tottenham in the final after extra time, and they also defeated again Barcelona in the semis, Paris Saint-Germain in the quarters, and Chelsea in the first knockout round. This is very impressive by Atletico, 2 titles in a row. Let's see what happened in season number 3. Real Madrid defeated Atletico Madrid in the final. So Atletico got 3 finals in a row, but lost to their city neighbors, the Los Blancos from Real, after extra time 1-0. Real qualified for the final after defeating Barcelona 1-0. So Barcelona 3 years in a row defeated in the semis. Real also beat Milan and Dortmund on their way to the final. And in the very final season, Borussia Dortmund were crowned European champions after beating Manchester City in the final that was played in Amsterdam Arena in the Netherlands. Borussia Dortmund qualified to that final after beating Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, and Sevilla, 3 Spanish teams on their way to the final where they defeated Pep Guardiola's Manchester City. So, all in all, we can see that Gareth Bale did not have the great impact on Manchester United as some would have expected, but he still has some years to play. So I am going to do 3 more years into the future, but probably as another video, as this is going to become too long. Having said that, I think that's it for this video, guys. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you haven't already to receive notifications for when I upload new videos. In the meantime, you can check out my social media listed in the description. Let me know what you think about this experiment and what would you like to see next. I would love to hear more from you in the comments. Until the next time, thank you and bye.